Clobberin time!
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger, ready to move out.
I just love Clobberin time!
I don't care how many Cardassians you have to kill, find tomorrow. Is that clear?
By your command.
I'm going to hold you to that.
By your command, Imperious Leader.
Get those nerds! 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 What?
Everything that guy just said is bullshit. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, welcome. Greetings, clobberers, clobberonimos, clobberettes, clobberuskis, clobberoids, clobberites, clobberians. And greetings to all of you, the rest of you out there. The secret is to bang the rocks together, guys. Welcome to Clobberin Times, issue number 614 on YouTube. 1,314 overall for the past 14 and a half years. And of course, it is Wild Card Wednesday night, which is what do we do? Me and you. That's all. If it's an open type, I mean, Wild Card Wednesday night, sometimes sneak a little topic in there. Sometimes I don't. So just a little me time and you time. Hanging out with my good buddies, my clobberers and my clobberoids and clobberonimos and all you guys, and just spend some time with you, talk to you. I know we do. I haven't done many member streams yet, and I still plan to do those. But before I never even had memberships. It was always, that's what this night is primarily for. We'll talk about any kind of open geek stuff, just wide open, hanging with my buddies. It always has been that way. I'm so glad to see you all. It is just amazing to be here. I know there's a busy YouTube out there tonight and with all kind of other shows out there. But hey, we're here, so let me do some show notes and some shout outs while we're just taking it kind of casual tonight on a laid back Wednesday nighty. Let's see here. What am I doing? Okay, show notes. There was no Loki's roundtable tonight. Hopefully there'll be one of those next Wednesday nights on the great Stone Loki's channel. I hope he's doing well. What's coming up? Okay. Well, tomorrow night, of course, I should be hanging out as always with the great Tom Connors on his channel, 6 p.m. Central or where thereabouts, on Midnight's Edge After Dark with that august group in July, and talking usual pop culture stuff, that sort of thing. And then right back here, same clubby time, same clubby channels like Clubby's Clubhouse, 9 p.m. Central. Yes. And I will be talking, well, let's see, we'll do our usual review of an episode of Tales of Tomorrow and Jerry Anderson's UFO. And then we'll review a Star Trek comic. That is, of course, my wonderful first officer, Commander R.M. Briggs, and our great chief engineer, the extraordinary Mark D with a C. Always a great time. Please hang out with us at the clubhouse tomorrow night. And then Friday night, my great buddy J-Man, and please put your channel in the chat there, the great J-Man, if you would have. I think I saw you here. I'm not looking at this. I'm not seeing the chat at the moment. I'll get there, though. We're going to do a show on Friday night. I do believe it's 6 my time, 7 his time, if I'm not mistaken. He can clarify that, though. Batman 66 favorites. We're going to talk about various aspects of our favorite things about the show that started it all. Without this show, I wouldn't know any of you. My geekdom started right there in 1966. Yes, I'm old, although I was an infant. It was the first thing I could ever say was Batman. My geekness starts and certainly doesn't stop, but it starts with Batman 66. So I'm looking forward to that. And then a little bit later that night, I should be hanging out with the great 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser's on his channel. And then that great group over there, the Friday Night Comic Shop Gang, reviewing a few more issues of the Amazing Spider-Man run by Steve Ditko. Shout out to the great D. Bud Martin, who has been joining us for that, joining them for that. I haven't been there as much, but I will be. And then, of course, Saturday Night Star Trek, of course. Beginning episodes proper. This past week we started with the pilot, of course, of Star Trek Voyager and this new leg of our mission. And we'll have 4 episodes to review this week of Star Trek Voyager. Saturday Night Star Trek. Same Trek time, same Clobby channel. I am looking forward to that. And then, of course, Mark D, the chief engineer, should be back in town. And so if you have nothing to do on a Sunday night, you'd like to geek out with us some more on Mark D's great channel, and I'll get him to put that channel up later. It's in my description below. But the Sunday Night Geekery, 10 p.m. Eastern, where we just hang out and talk with the great Mark D with a C on his channel, and just hanging out, just having a good time. We do a lot of that. We do a lot of that because, way we roll up and hill. So, and then of course, been having so much fun. This is from last week, but I'll get a new one made up. But on the great J-Man's channel again, Monday 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, we're reviewing. He and the great Sean and I are reviewing, or chronicling, I should say, by review, all of the appearances of the original Real Deal Legion of Superheroes, Silver Age and Bronze Age only. So that is, of course, a great deal of fun. I want to thank everyone who was here with me Monday night for my review. This was a lot of fun as well. My Marvel feature, second appearance of the Defenders run review and the Mystery Comics review. So thank you so much. Now let's take a look. Let's do some shout outs really quickly. We shout out our wrenches, then I'll shout out everyone else who's here. Wrenches, whether they're here or not, to shout out the great Eric K., the Bronze Wrencher. Chris Persia, Vindicated Wrench of the Great Bright North. The Wrench of Iron, the great D. Bud Martin. Lord Thoth, God of Wrenching. Of course, shout out to his better half, Lady Thoth. Avon lives and long live the Legion. My partner in crime on Earth B. And, of course, fellow Legionnaire reviewer extraordinary, the Wrench Without Fear, the great J-Man. He is the master of the Clobberin and, of course, a master of comic book art legend, the great Hungry Boy. Steve Supreme Wrench Supreme, the Super Wrench Kal-El. Maddie's daddy, Thorn Vegas, wielder of Wrench Mjolnir. and the legendary Fanti Outsidery, the Rascally Wrench, and of course, Clobberin Time's own music meister, the great Maximum Red Stone. And of course, let us see who else is here with us tonight so we can get you shouted out. Penny. Hey, Penny. My dear, it is always lovely to see you, Penny. So I hope you are doing well. Hope you're doing well, my dear. Wagner, what's up, buddy? Wagner. Joseph Dredd, here comes the judge. Let's see here. Good to see you, brother. Smilex. Hello, Smilex. What do you mean? Room for you no matter what. And it is absolutely fantastic to have you join us always. Smilex. Thank you for being there. Ravenscroft. Hello. Tim Hayes. Hey. Lemon Pie. What's up, my friend? Could not be raised for further comment. An extraordinary artist who did the art for this truly amazing artist. Amazing work. Let's see here. Pat S. Buddy, what's up, man? All right, good to see you, sir. That's everyone so far. So, anyone else pops in, of course, will be duly noted and shouts it out. Of course. So what's going on in the world? In the geek world, of course, we only deal with geekality around here, not reality. The reality is just too much. And you got, it's way above my pay grade. So I just do it and way above it too. But I do talk about stuff and things and happenings in the geek sphere, or just older stuff in general. Oh, thank you, D-Bud Martin. He says, member chat, Tim Hayes, member 5 months, Clobberonimo level. Hail, Clobby. Hail, Tim Hayes. Bush pen down. Welcome. Good to see you there, Tim. Pat S says, I had no idea Mr. Freeze was first on Batman 66. No, he actually wasn't. He was in comics before that. He was called Mr. Zero. Wasn't he fairly sure he was in comics before that. I know he was originally called Mr. Zero, but I could be. Look, don't trust me. You know my memory. I'm always going to doubt my memory if someone just. All you have to do is say, "Are you sure?" Claude Salling, hey there. Blunt Philly Reviews, welcome. Blunt Philly says, Bobs, you getting caught up on all this Barbie Oppenheimer nonsense this week? I can't say that I am. I'm nothing against Oppenheimer, something I would probably watch at some point. I'm not a big Christopher Nolan guy, to be perfectly honest with you, without going too far into it. Not a big Christopher Nolan guy. And Barbie doesn't, again, I have no interest in Barbie. Eric K, what's up, bro? Again, nothing. J-Min's going to be seeing Oppenheimer. And look, I think people should go see it for sure. I hear say it's good. But as for Barbie, yeah, I hear it's pretty. A lot of people is gonna. I have a pro. When I saw the trailers for that film Barbie, I was kind of like, yeah, this might be funny. Still not something I want to go see, but it might be clever. And now I'm hearing a lot of things. I don't know. It may not be true. But I'm hearing there's some W word in there, folks. I'm hearing there's a lot of W word going on. And some of the stupid crap that the people are making the movie are saying. Yeah, I look for Barbie to have some problems at the box office. I could be wrong. It's going to have some, pardon the pun, legs at first because, it looks popular. It's a popular toy. There will be a lot of people that do want to see it. It's going to have a big opening weekend. Maybe in a decent second weekend, but we'll see how long those legs. And I do love Margot Robbie's legs, no question. But I'm not enough for me to go see the movie. Even if everyone liked it and said it was great, I would believe them. I'd be like, not my bag. And Oppenheimer, again, very interesting. Something I would probably definitely watch one of these days. But I don't think I'll be going to the theater. I did go see, of course, as you all know, Sound of Freedom. That's the important thing out there. I'm so happy with how well that movie is doing. And so that's so gratifying to see how that film is doing, and I'm very appreciative of that. But let's see. Barbie at home says, "Hey, man, I see what you did there." But yeah, it's hey, even if it's good, it's a movie for girls. I didn't. Let's just be honest. It was girl toys, and I think that's fantastic that they make it. If it's good, and girls who grew up loving Barbie, if they get to enjoy a fun movie about a toy they love, I think that's fantastic. But it's got Simu Lee in it, so I'm in no hurry to ever see any movie with that little weed in it. Yeah, so no, they can. Not my bag, but who knows? But maybe it will be good. You never know. I'm just skeptical because of things I've heard. Now, I'll tell you what I've been watching that isn't all that good. But I'm watching it. I'm watching a lot of shit that isn't any good. Is anyone else watching Suckered Invasion? Chris Spurgeon, what's up, bro? Anybody watching Suckered Invasion? Because I was about to say I'm going to be spoilering it for you, but something would have happened. See, something actually happened to be a spoiler. It's not a spoiler if I say they ran around shooting at each other and doing stuff, and people got this character died or that character. I guess that's one thing. Yeah, Smilex, it is awful. Forgot J-Man says, I saw the first 2 episodes of Suckered Invasion and forgot to watch episode 3. Yeah, well, I wish I'd forgotten it. I mean, Joseph Dredd says I tried to watch Suckered Invasion, but it sucks so much. It really is dull. I'm gonna finish it. I only think there's only 1 or 2 episodes left. Yeah, look, Smilex, no kidding. That first episode was like you were being like someone's pumping you up with sleeping pills. I guess somebody's trying to put you damn to sleep with that first one. Eric K, thanks for the super chat, buddy. I appreciate it. He says, Club is going to Barbie dressed like Ken. Yeah. Well, I wasn't going to tell anybody, but now you let the cat out of the bag. Thanks a lot. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Oh, dear. Yeah. So, it's funny. Every time I watch an episode, it's 2 a.m. when they release it here anyway. But I'm awake anyway. So I watch it. In the past few episodes, it was a little easier to stay awake. And then it's over. I said, I'm watching it. I'm saying, oh, that's dumb. This is dumb. That's dumb. But see, I don't take notes like Raquel does. All right, J-Man, take it easy, brother. So I just think, I'll remember that. I don't know why. I'm so crappy. So I was going to come and say, yeah, I'm talking about some of the dumb shit in Suckered Invasion. But now I can't even remember it because it's now been, what is it? It's 9:21 my time. So it's now been, let's see, I'm no mathematician like D-Bud. So I watched it at 2 a.m. So, wow. let's just say it's been about roughly 19 hours or so since I've watched it, or 18 something hours. I mean, you'd think you could retain some stuff. Well, it's also 9:22 here now, Pat. I would think I could retain some stuff from it. And now I'm hearing I'm harkening back, trying to remember some stuff that happened in the show, on the episode. And it's well, seeing some of it in my head here, don't get me wrong, but I mean, Telos is dead, who cares? Rhodey's still a Skrull, who cares? Oh, there was a mention, by the way, something that I mentioned. So they addressed something that I've been saying for a few episodes now. Like, where's all the old shield tech that they still had? Where's the helicarrier? Well, there's a passive or a tacit mention of the helicarrier. Like, well, it'd be nice to have the helicarrier. Oh, that's mothballed or whatever. You're not getting that. Basically, they have a scene that was set up, an exchange between this guy. He was the informant buddy of Black Widow in the Black Widow movie that nobody cared about. Yes, Nick Fury has a Skrull wife. That's right, which is really stupid. That's so dumb. Anyway, everything they've done with Skrulls has been moronic. So the guy who's, I guess we're supposed to act like we're excited because he was in the Black Widow movie, comes to help him. And basically he's there to help to show why Fury's getting away. And then, so he could be the guy to tell the audience, you're not getting a helicarrier or any cool shield stuff. So face it. That's what he was there for. Phantom Sutter says, do you realize that time dilation and memory loss are indications of an alien encounter? Clobberin times, you think you've been probed? No, I don't. The only reason I don't think I've been probed is because, why would anybody? Look, if you saw me, you'd know that there ain't no one ever would ever want to do that to me. Even aliens, they'd be like, no. Not when there's so many. Never mind. Smilax said there was a great Power Pack comic where the team hid from the Skrulls in a department store. Love that. You liked Power Pack, huh? I never read that, but it was very popular. So there you go. All right. Surprise Power Pack hasn't been done by Disney. If you like Power Pack, you better hope they haven't been. Never will be. I know that they do fit something that Disney in its normal form would have been good for, but probably maybe at some point. But I'm sure I'm not telling you anything you don't know already. You don't want them touching any comic that you loved ever. So yes, that guy's there just to tell us, hey kids, in case you're wondering why it's now episode 4 or 5 or whatever, and you haven't seen any cool shield tech or even the cool old Hydra tech, because you ain't getting it, partner. And that's what I'm here for now. No helicarrier. It's like that's why the guy's there. We'll just go back to being like a normal cop show. So he goes and meets up with Olivia Colman. Fury does. Who admittedly, they're pretty cool together. She's really, she's a really good actress. They're fine, whatever. While Fury's Skrull wife and Amelia, whatever her name is, Clark? Is it Clark? Amelia, the Game of Thrones girl, I don't know what she is. They get attacked in Fury's house, and of course, they just take out a whole commando squad of Skrulls. Bush pan down. Yeah, you're right, Bush pan down. You don't want them using your characters. Ravenscough, I did too. I thought that. Look, I like that Herb Trimpe Godzilla comic, and I like that it was Shield. Amelia Clark, thank you. So she has superpowers. They get attacked by a she's in Fury's house. They bury her. They burn. They give Telos a Jedi burial. They get attacked in this house. Now we've seen previously. She has stole one of those superpower projector thingies, and she gave herself extremist powers. But when they get attacked, she never uses them really, not much. The character Gravik, the bad guy, he's got basically Groot powers. Looks like. I am Groot. You should just say it. And yeah, so it's just, I mean, it's just like a normal. Of course, these are two chicks, so they're the bestest ever. They take out a whole, crack scroll commando squad like nothing. No Force Ghost yet, but I'll keep you posted there, Chris. You never know. You never know. We could get a Force Ghost. Yeah, who knows, man? It's a Marvel. It's a Marvel property. Who knows? It could be. Anyway, so this episode was more filler ass drivel with not much going on. Was kicking the can down the road. I presume. Damn it! I can't remember if that was episode 5. So there's only one more. Pretty sure. So now the next one, they're going to have to wrap it up in thrilling fashion, no doubt. I am sure it will be riveting and enjoying and exciting. I cannot wait to watch it. I'm sure there will be superheroes. Oh yeah. There you go. I forgot one thing. Thank you for reminding me. And my idiocy, it just sounds silly. I reminded myself. Also, since this is the 5th episode, they addressed another fan, quote unquote, a fan concern in a half-assed manner, because you see, they had, they're sitting there going, well, this is the Marvel Universe. People are going to be asking questions like, well, where are all the superheroes? Well, of course, after the blip, there really aren't many of them left. But anyway, they're going to ask it. They figured the audience is already asking Fury, why aren't you calling help for the superheroes? I mean, Secret Invasion, he did in comics and in the other things. So he didn't give the honest answer, which was, "Are you out of your ever-loving mind? This is a TV show. We can't afford all those damn superheroes." Which was the answer, of course. No, his answer was basically, we can't just keep calling on those superheroes to save us all the time. This is our problem, the human race. We're going to deal with humans. At that point, if I could have put my fist through the damn, I got a crappy TV, but it's the only one I can afford. So I would have put my fist through Samuel L. Jackson's TV. Not Samuel L. Jackson, not a violent person. I think he's an idiot, but I like him as an actor. But I said, you mind if I go punch your TV for that line? Because the TV needs to be punched through for that line. You're in a just don't even write shit like that. It's embarrassing. Just say we couldn't find any, because you can't really. They're all gone. Black Widow's dead, remember, years ago. Let's see. Captain America retired. Iron Man's dead. Wanda is an evil villain now. Doctor Strange, we don't know what the hell he's doing. Hulk is a big mamby-pamby baby playing around with his fifis. I mean, he's out there. You could call him, I guess. Falcon, Winter Soldier, they're out there. Why don't you call? I'm sorry. He's called Captain America. Well, don't you think they might be a little concerned with the Skrull invasion? Nah, it's all right. We'll be fine. We don't need them. But he doesn't even call Miss Marvel, Carol Danvers. He has a direct line to Carol Danvers. He doesn't call her. The most powerful, I can't stand her, don't get me wrong. But she is the most powerful one, according to these idiots. Doesn't call Thor. Thor's around. The Earth is about to be wiped out. I mean, they're about to cause these scrolls are trying to cause World War. They're trying to cause WW3. And there's still some of those guys around in different forms, yes. But no, Fury's like, I can take care of it. Oh, yeah, no Peter Parker. You didn't call him either. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. He doesn't exist anymore. Well, I mean, his existence is different now, I guess. It really is lame. I mean, look, I know you're crappy writers. I can't expect anything. Why don't you find some other way to we can't have superheroes saving us. No, let's go ahead and die before we ask the superheroes to save us from the Skrulls. That you got us into this, Fury, with the Skrulls. Jesus. So stupid. And lame and boring. So here we go. One more episode. And I presume they're going to solve the deal with Rhodes, who is a Skrull. Is a Skrull? Oh, God. They have really ruined everything. Everything they've done on Disney Plus. They've ruined everything. What are you going to do? What else is there? Oh, all right. I am going to watch the last episode of Suckered Invasion. There are a couple shows I might even be done with that I've been hate watching. Or, okay, you're not supposed to hate watch or you get called kind of names. Not so much hate watching, but I know I hate them and I'm watching them. What does that tell you? But I've been watching them to keep up with it so I can talk about them. I think I can only do that for so long. And I've been doing that for too long on some shows. One that I just started with, I watched the first 3 episodes of that new idiotic cartoon called My Adventures with Superman. And I think I've had it. I'm done. I'm out of here with that one. It is shite. That's not Superman for me. I mean, what else is new? Yeah, it was a big shocker, right? I gave it a couple of episodes. I gave it enough time to show me that, okay, dude, this is not the super, just it's not the show for you. Just as what Superman and Lois is not the show for me. Or way back in the 90s. Hey, everyone loves Lois and Clark. That wasn't the show for me either. I didn't like that show. Sacrilege, I know, but hey. So I think I'm not going to bother. Why do I need to even watch that anymore? But here's one. All right, look, I haven't been watching, and don't tell Raquel on me, folks. Keep it a secret from her. No, I'm just kidding. She knows. I've been watching Strangled Nude Worms. Same like look, STD when it came on in 2016. I watched maybe 7 or 8 episodes and I couldn't take it anymore. I thought I needed to watch it so I could talk about it. And I was like, no. I wasn't even doing a channel at the time. I was doing a podcast, but I was like, I don't need this. And it's so far removed from Trek. I was like, good, do whatever you want. Call it whatever you want. It's not Star Trek. Then eventually they had a season where they stick some excuse for Pike and Spock on there, number 1. I'm like, I don't care. I didn't even bother me. I was like, no, I don't give a shit. Screw you. Then, of course, I watched P Hard, all 3 seasons. I don't know why. I guess because it was something. I'm not the biggest TNG guy. You all know that. Original series all the way for me, but I like TNG enough. I thought, because it is Patrick Stewart, let me watch it. Of course, it was horrific. I hate all 3 seasons. I know we got this. I'm not going to even go there with the weirdos who who you can like what you like doesn't make you a weirdo, but when you can see how bad the first 2 seasons are, and you can't see how bad the 3rd season is, then we don't even need the conversation's kind of just irrelevant at that point. But I hate all 3. But even worse to me is Strangled Dude Worms. That's probably the worst because it involves characters that I really do deeply care about. They're not. I mean, it's not. See, Penny, I love you and respect you. I don't think it's okay, and I agree that it's an alternate universe, but they don't tell us that. They're still insisting that it's not. I think it's a horrible show either way, though. And I've watched it though because I wanted to give it a chance. I wanted to see, could it be good and be an alternate time? Could I accept it as a decent show? But it shits all over. Hey, Retro Blasting, what's up, my good friends? Good to see you there, buddy. Always a pleasure, man. Exactly. PR Season 3 is built on a house of P-cards, in fact. Yeah, it's garbage. But people like it. I don't know what to do about it. So Strangled Dude Worms shits all over everything. I mean, it doesn't just color outside the margins a little bit in terms of being from another alternate reality and all this kind of horse hockey. Hey, Penny, that's all right. People can look. I know you liked it. You're not alone. A lot of people like season 3. I hate it because I think it's it's not as bad as the first 2 seasons in some ways. In other ways, it's worse because of what it does to some of the characters. But, man, look, I just think it's not it like the first 2 seasons. It's not, there's nothing Star Trek in it. It's just a bunch of pew-pew and characterization grape and stuff like that. But, hey, what are you going to do? But Strangled Dude Worms is worse to me than PR Season 3 ever was. Because my heart's not wrapped up in PR Season 3. I just think it's terrible. And I don't understand how people who do love those characters can watch that happen to them. But Strangled Dude Worms, they're dumping all over Spock, Pike, Uhura, Chapel, Kirk. I mean, everything. They take huge dumps all over everything, and it's written. I mean, it's as badly written as season 3 of Pihard is. I would say that Strangled Dude Worms, and I think it is badly written, but I think Strangled Dude Worms in both seasons are written even worse. And but I was still, it was the kind of thing. Hey, Sean Carter, good to see you. Doomcock, right? Hey, all hail the great Doomcock. Hope we got all that stuff worked out when it was happening over there. Anyway. Here's the thing about Strangled Dude Worms that might have broken the camel's back. I say this all the time. Those of you who know me, I can sit through any old crap, no matter how bad it is, no matter how much I bitch and complain about it. I can sit through it and watch it. Touring Machine, hey there. Says, what to do to Spock is criminal in Strangled Dude Worms. How do they not know he's half human? They treat him like it's awful. So, as bad as it is, it's almost so bad that I can't help but laugh at it sometimes. I got to admit. Fiona, what's up, my dear? Good to see you. So, Strangled Dude Worms is just way worse because it's my heart. I guess, look, if TNG is your heart, then I think you might see the Picard show as more of an affront, and I understand that. But if the original series is more to your heart, which in my case it is, then Strangled Dude Worms is far worse. Because I got to the point where I was just laughing at season 3 of Pihard and saying, you guys, this is all it takes to please you guys? Bringing back these characters back with a bunch of member berries and unbelievably stupid ideas, and they're still the same bad writing level, and Picard still being a doddering old fool. Ruining the character of Beverly Crusher doesn't bother you. Making Worf a weirdo. Making Riker was the only one even sort of acted like himself. Doing what they did to Data was hilariously preposterous. Everyone else was just sort of blah. And, you like an idiot like... And they love this Captain Shaw idiot who's no captain. They still ruin 7 of 9 even more. I mean, what they do to all these characters and they've dumbed them down to an idiotic story. And then what they do that the Changeling made no sense because apparently they didn't watch what happened to the Changelings on Deep Space Nine, and ending in a with the Borg again for the guy who wasn't sick of the Borg. Everything about that show was horrible to me. How you like it, I don't get it, but you can like it. I mean, I can't stop you, can I? And I wouldn't want to stop you. I love you whether we agree or not. Just don't get it. But my point is this: I hate anytime you dumb down Star Trek. I hate it. I like a lot of entertainment that I will tell you is mindless fluff, silliness, and sometimes the sillier the better. I don't mind it. I love a lot of stuff like that. You know that. I love comics, and you could talk about how silly something is. And I go, yeah, it's silly, fun. I like it. I don't take, except for the occasional humorous episode of the original series or something. I don't take Star Trek being dumbed down lightly. When you have to dumb it down the right for, like you're writing for toddlers, I don't like it. Not with Star Trek. Other stuff, yeah, okay, let's have a little fun. It is supposed to be fun entertainment. But there's no heart or soul or intelligence to Picard's 1, 2, or 3, in my opinion, the seasons, and there's none for Strangled Dude Worms. Fiona says PR3 season 3 wasn't dumbed down; it was lobotomized. It really was. It really was. Again, just one opinion, but a lot of people loved it. So what are you gonna do? Don Power Rangers, what's up, buddy? Jonah Hex, what's up, sir? Good to see you. And look, all opinions are always welcome here. That's the thing. That's what. So don't think if you disagree with me, hey, just one opinion, and we love you whether we agree or not here. The only person who's ordered to agree with me is that rascal Phantom Outsider. He has to agree with me, or, well, basically,
Your agonizer, please.
yeah. But everyone else can disagree. Oh man, Strangled Dude Worms. This episode this past week, because I could at least watch, and no matter how bad it got, Mark and I would have a conversation about it. In other words, I could talk about how there were people to talk about. I don't talk about it that much on the show, as you may have noticed. Brian Hepburn, what's up, buddy? I don't talk about it that much on the show. Turing Machine says, what's it? The movies were their own thing. To me, they were filthy trash. But JJ, see, actually, I have his name is Jar Jar, but the Jar Jar Filthole A-Holbrams, that's his full name, took things to a new level of stupid. Boy, I'm right there with you. And to base the new series on his take is asinine. Everything about Jar Jar Abrams and his acolytes is asinine, my friend. So I'm right there with you. So usually I can at least get something. Even if I hate it, I'm getting something out because I'm making fun of it and I'm laughing at it. And Mark and I talk about it, meaning Strangled Dude Worms. Did anyone watch? Is anyone here still watching Strangled Dude Worms? Oh, Joseph, you are. Yeah. This new episode, it may have broke it for me to the point where Look, I'm being upfront with you about this, folks. I don't consider myself to be a particularly intelligent individual at all. In fact, I think I'm the dumbest sucker walking around. So if you insult my intelligence, you're doing pretty well because I don't have much of one, and I admit it. But I'm just talking about the writing level. The writing level of this episode may be it. It may have made me reach my boiling point. Retro Blessing says, I have seen underworld films more engaging than anything since 2009 Trek to present. Yeah. And I'm not a big fan of the underworld movies, but at least you get to watch Kate, what's her name? Kate Beckinsale. So I think this episode might have did it for. I don't know if I can do it anymore. I thought I could sit through it. I mean, anything, you name it. Even if I think it sucks, even if I want to yell and scream about it later, I thought I could at least go back the next week and watch it again, or watch something new, like if it's a series. No matter how bad, of course, it was tough. Andor, I think I made an exception because after 4 episodes of falling asleep, I just stopped. However, let's see here. What is another one? The Marvel shows have put me. Look, the fact that I kept watching every episode of all these stupid Marvel shows, except for What If, I didn't finish that. But I think I watched them all the other ones, and I'm not talking about disliked them. I think I hated almost all of them. I hate it. I think they're horrible. 97% of all the Disney Plus shows, in my opinion, are horrible. Opinions vary on that, and it's fine. And yet I can still watch them. I watched them all. I sat through almost all of them. You might say, hey, this was a piece of crap. Yeah, Moon Knight's so horrible, but I did watch it all. And so, just as STD, I didn't care about that much. But Strangled Worms, because it is so staggeringly, fascinatingly hateful of original continuity and so thumbing its nose at real Star Trek, and such an assault on real Star Trek, it was almost it's almost fascinating to me to watch that and go, each week, can they get any more idiotic? Thank you, Eric says, Clobberin, can we skip Voyager until Jerry Ryan shows up? At least I will have something to look at. I'm sorry, sir. Hey, look, I watched 4 episodes of Voyager to review this week, and I enjoyed them way better than any of this new filth, or even on DS9. That last season of DS9 was so putrid. I didn't mind it. I mean, I didn't have a bad time like I have with some of this new crap. Sorry, buddy. I wish I could oblige, but we are committed. So, this new episode of Strangled Worms, is it worse than some of the ones before it? I don't know, but it may have broken me. It may have broken me to the point I may not be able to do it again. Mr. Angel, what's up, Chief and Chef? I hope you're doing well, buddy. So, for those who didn't see the stupid episode, again, I'm not saying it's the worst episode. It might be, though. This is like a lot of episodes of this show. I felt like I had to be sitting in a high chair, eating applesauce, and having my mom wipe my bib and giving me a bottle to watch this episode. Or sitting in a sitting there with Uncle Jailbird Joey in the pen watching TV. It felt to me like this goddamn show is written by intellectual toddlers. I mean, Lester San Jose. I don't even know how to describe the level of writing. I mean, look, stay on strike forever. Anyone who wrote this, they bring new meaning to the term writer's strike for me, if you got what I'm saying. When, with these people, when I think, writer's strike.
It's clobbering time!
It's clobbering time!
That's what I think of when I think of writer's strike with these people. This last episode, it was called Charades. Let me just run it by you really quick. I'm not going to waste too much of your time on how they wasted a lot of mine, but you don't deserve to have your time wasted with it that much. But I don't know if I can. No, I don't know if I can say it. I don't know if I even want to say it. You don't want to hear this shit. It's stupid. Just go read a synopsis. I shouldn't even do it. Well, you go. Everyone's going to leave if I do it anyway. So, you might leave anyway, but I don't want to chase anybody away with how stupid this goddamn show is. Probably make my blood pressure skyrocket anyway. Dave C., what's up? I don't know if any of you want to hear this crap. It was like watching an 80s or 90s sitcom. I don't know why they didn't have canned laughter in this episode. And if one more fucker tells me how great Anson Mount is, it's so good. Anson Mount sucks. Okay, he's a good actor, I guess. I don't give a shit who a good actor is. A lot of those people are good actors. He's also good at cashing a paycheck. And he doesn't give a shit about that character. Because there's so much shit going on that I can, a good test is, could you see Jeffrey Hunter saying that line? No. Could you see that goofy ass beta male look on Jeffrey Hunter's face? No. Could you see Leonard Nimoy acting like that? No. It was look, Ethan Pecker. Look, you're getting paid. I get you. You don't care. None of them care. Holy shit. Do you have no dignity of the character you're playing at all? I mean, you care? You have any respect for the character? What they do to Spock in this goddamn episode. Oh, and when people always like to say, yeah, but at least it's not in the same. Look, when have they said it's not in the same universe? They've been saying it was. I saw somebody the other day say, oh, they're admitting it's not in the right in the it's a totally different universe. If so, good. Thank you. It's still garbage, but good. See, I'm not of the type that will say, well, now I could like it okay because it's another universe. No, I'll just be glad that they admit it. That's all. But they haven't admitted it yet that I've seen. If they have, please, someone bring that forth to me. I would love to see it. But freaking this episode, okay, Spock. Am I going to do it? Am I going to do it? What the hell? Spock's little love affair with Christine Chapel is also idiotic. And they're on a shuttlecraft. Aliens accidentally cause it to crash, but they're really nice, transdimensional. Oh, did I use that word? Sorry. Multi-dimensional alien thingies or whatever. And they've never seen a Vulcan before. They heal what's her face because he put a force field around her. And when they put Spock back together, they put him back together as all human. Ha 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 ha. He wakes up in sickbay at the beginning of the episode, and he's now all human inside. And he says, "What the fuck?" And they stop at him. Ha ha ha! Get it? Spock said the F word, but they cut it off in time. Ha ha ha! That's what people want to see. That's funny. Spock says the F word. It's gold, baby. Comedy gold. Yay! Isn't Spock the greatest? Yes. So he's human. They call on the. They go to the bridge and Pike Boy and his bosses, because he's not the captain. Okay, he's not only is he not the captain, he's not even in fifth command. I'm sorry. The captains are as follows on this ship. Number 1 is the captain. Security girl is she's the second captain, and the helmsman girl and Uhura, they're also captains. He's the cook, because every episode he's cooking stuff in his gigantic quarters. It looked like it has like 3 footballs in there. Ezra Goldstein, yay! What's up, man? Oh God! They call the this alien's complaints line, the hotline, to make a complaint. We'd like to register that complaint. You did not fix our Vulcan correctly. He was half human, half Vulcan, but now he's all human. And it's kind of funny. We need it for most of the episode, but then can you change him back? And they like, please call our complaints department from 4 to 5 in the afternoon or whatever. Goodbye, whatever. They hang up on him. And it was like that, by the way. It was like they were calling, a complaints line in the company to complain about something. It was that brilliant. What a great science fiction show, huh? Meantime, he's human. But it just so happened, he's not just human, he's human on that very day, because they're Vulcan, by the way. That T'Pring, a woman he was never supposed to meet, he had met her since she was freaking 7 years old, then he meets her in a mock time, you jackasses. We met her last year a few times. He's been banging her for a while. Ezra Goldstein says, have I seen The Sound of Freedom? Yes, I have. I loved it. It's brutal. I love what it's been doing. So, T'Pring's human-hating, jerk-off Vulcan, stereotypical asshole parents are coming on board. Well, they wanted him to go down to Vulcan for some stupid premarital ritual drivel, but because he had an accident, they agreed to come on board the Enterprise to do it. And he's got to, and his mother comes on, Amanda Grayson comes on. That chick is smoking hot, but that's not Amanda Grayson. Whatever. I mean, you know, she's something to look at, so it's kind of cute. I mean, she's cute, I thought, but anyway. So she comes on board. When he tries to fool her, she smacks his stupid idiot head up inside his head, and then she gets on board with them trying to convince T'Pring's parents that he's got to pass these rituals as a human Spock. So wackiness ensues throughout the episode where he's learning what it's like to be a human, and I'm not going to go much further. I'm not going any further. You've now got the setup, but there are all these scenes where Pike is like in on it. He's trying to fool the parents and all this other kind of shit. And I'm going, wait a minute. You guys need to make up your mind. Do you really want to be a Star Trek show, or do you want to be a stupid comedy? Because I got news for you. This is the way it goes down. If that premise happens, like Spock, for example, in an episode where you're being serious, if Spock has something happen to him where he is put back as human, and the episode deals with him dealing with being human. First of all, you don't write any of that bullshit about T'Pring's family. You leave that out. But if you are putting it in there, one thing, when it comes up, he's got to hide, his first instinct as a human is to hide it from him. Pike doesn't capitulate. Go, oh yeah, we got to find out. And he's not like a fool. The Captain Pike that we know of, the real one, would say, Spock, you are a Starfleet officer. You're going to conduct yourself as one. You're going to go down there. They're Vulcans. They're supposed to embrace logic. They will understand what happened. You're going to go tell them what happened, because you're not going to be a little punk bitch, and we're not going to lie to these people because we're Starfleet officers. We're not children. Boom. Right there. Boom, boom, and boom. I realize you don't have your fun little goofy story, but you shouldn't have your fucking fun little goofy story anyway. Yeah, Eric says, Clobby, what the hell are you watching? This cannot be. Yeah, they filmed this shit. They filmed this trash. And so, Pike is such a pansy in this, because he's not Pike, he's Anson Mounty, that he goes along with it, and he's all, he's going to help him fool these people. Like, what a responsible captain, huh? How about telling them they're Vulcans? This is supposed to be I know it's not Star Trek. I get it. But they're still calling themselves Star Trek. So any intelligent Star Trek writer, which they don't have on this show, just knocks this whole story out of possibility, because you can't have the goofy thing where he has to hide his the whole point of, hide as a Vulcan and put on fake ears and shit and fool anybody, because you wouldn't be necessary when dealing with adults. Fiona says, do you guys find the T'Pring actress attractive? She looks like a CG attempt at a Na'vi aborted halfway. I find her attractive. I think she's kind of cute. I think she's kind of, obviously on the show, they're making her look kind of weird. I'll tell you one thing. A lot of these actresses who don't look that good on the show, I've seen pictures from them outside of the show, and they look way better. The young lady playing Uhura that doesn't belong on the show, because Uhura does not belong on the show. It's a fine-looking young lady. On the show, she looks terrible. And they're going out of their way to make her look terrible. So it's not like I'm insulting the actress. The jackasses are going out of their way to make her look bad, in my opinion. Did Spock pull a Tilly and say, "This is the power of science"? It was worse than that, even. Yeah, she got pretty bad. Kirk would listen, mister. I am the captain of this bridge, and captain on this bridge, and you will follow my orders as understood. Yes. True. Beauty is for the patriarchy. That's a good point, Jonah. Smilex, that's true. That's true. That girl looks a lot better outside of there. So anyway, it's a piece of shit. Now, I mean, yes, they're what they did to the Gorn was horrible. There are worse episodes. This, don't get me wrong, but I think this one might have. I mean, it comes on again. It comes on at 2 a.m. tomorrow morning. I think I'm just going to take a nap. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be able to sit through it again. And this whole season's almost over. I hear there's a musical coming up. Oh my God! You talk about a vanity project. Honestly, Clobby, if you're not going to do the Shatner thing, the Shatner timing, it doesn't work. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am the captain of this ship, you free-blooded inhuman. Good God Almighty. Oh no, Vulcans cannot accept that things can happen when you're exploring space. Instead, let's engage in cultural appropriation. Sport now being the pretend Vulcan. It was really. Look, I don't really, excuse me, I never really hold it against the actors. I'm sorry. They're getting paid. They're paid to say lines. It's not I just don't understand who writes this stuff. Are they giggling to themselves in their so-called writer's room? This is so funny. Yeah, would it be funny? Is Spock the human? Yeah. Oh my God, it's so funny. Jesus Christ. All right, well, hey, look, it's funny, and it's not funny. It's not funny. It is illogical, and it's not Star Trek. Well, they're not getting paid now. Yeah, of course. Yeah, good one, Fiona. That's true. But yeah, this is freaking Star Trek. There's a musical episode coming on. Well, that became a big deal, and a lot of these shows all had to do their own musicals. You know what? But in fairness, usually shows that do their own freaking musical have been around a while. The Batman, the Brave, and the Bold did the Music Meister. That was great. Buffy had a musical episode. It was, once more with feeling. It was pretty good. Scrubs did it. Everybody had to do it. Everybody had to get in on it. The musical episode. But why? Oh, Jesus. Well, I don't know. I don't think I can do it anymore. At least I didn't have to watch all of this TD. I quit that after about 7 episodes. I don't know how it lasted that long. Buffy did have that musical episode. And then the only good one, that was kind of all right. Batman, Brave, and the Bold did it brilliantly, though. The Music Meister. See, Max Redstone, The Music Meister. That was a great. So, I don't know. Sorry, I got a little bit excited about it. It just aggravates me, and we'll see if I'm able to just stop. I think I'm really going to stop with that stupid Superman cartoon. What else am I watching? I'm going to finish up Secret Invasion. Oh my God, I just realized Loki's coming soon. My question is, are any of you going to watch Ahsoka? I don't think I can watch Ahsoka. And I sort of liked Star Wars Rebels. Dadman of the Dadman clan. What's up? Yes, my Lexi, My Adventures of Superman is terrible garbage. I would steer clear if I were you. I mean, oh yeah, gray and blue, gray and blue. The man from Gotham wore the gray and blue. Yep, Chris Persia. That wasn't from the musical, but that was a great scene. They had other musical elements in some episodes of Batman Brave and the Bold. So, no to Ashoka. All right, we got some no's. Let's see here. No. Nope. Um. Let's see. Oh, what was that? Writers who can't write then think they can write a musical. Yeah. Oh God. Opera for dummies, but it's easy. Yes, it's gonna be garbage. Bush Pan Down. Yes, I just got through watching all of Earth's Mightiest Heroes again for like the bazillionth time. I love it. Now I'm sad it's over again. Well, I got 3 more episodes to go, and I'm always sad when I get to the end of it. I don't like the very last episode, but I love all the other ones. Let's see. So, let's see here. The only thing about Ahsoka, like I said, it's. Oh, Retro Blasting says this Disney-fied Ahsoka might as well be called Snoka. Boy, I tell you what, doesn't Thrawn look terrible? And it looks like girl power drivel again. It's like I like Sabine okay. I mean, the girl playing Sabine looks kind of cute, but it's going to be all about her and Hera and Chopper's on there. I don't know if Jeb's going to be on there, but obviously no Kanan and no Ezra. And it's got the dude playing Thrawn. Yeah, I'm not too big on him. I can't get interested in Ahsoka. I don't think I'm watching that. So now Superman is Ravencroft said. So now Superman is a quote unquote workplace origin. It is kind of. It's their origin sucks. Everything about that cartoon sucks donkeys. I hate it. I sat through 3 of them. I don't think I'm going to bother with another one. It's just horrible. CW / or they're calling it Adult Swim, but I don't know why it's on Adult Swim unless it's good. Of course, they didn't know they were still making Adult Swim. I guess they do, but it's also on the Max app. But Ahsoka looks like drivel. Oh my God! I just realized Loki's coming out again. Oh no! He's gonna get kicked in the nuts 10 episodes straight again, just like he did last time. God, that show sucked. Loki was freaking awful. They had one episode where he went to that planet with all the other Lokis. It was kind of funny. Amusing at best. But the show was a piece of trash. I cannot believe we're getting a second season of that. Why? And did they really make Echo? Holy shit. Nobody's going to watch that. Man. I can't believe this. Yes, is female Loki going to be in this one again? I watched one episode of Loki before quitting, said Jonah Hex. You're a smart man, just like Jonah Hex himself. I don't know how I got through all of them. But a lot of those shows I can't tell you. If I were to tell you the ones I watched, which was all but I didn't finish What If, and I did not watch the Marvels. But I didn't watch the Marvels because there was nothing to interest me there. There was something, even the weakest of the shows, the worst, had something that made me want to watch it. And then I was sorry for watching it. But I don't know how I got through all of them. Just and they're not going to be too many of them revisited. And when you think about this thing, I'm wondering what movies are on the horizon. This will be this movie coming up, The Marvels, will be the first time I don't go to the theater. In quote, actually, I got to put that in asterisks because I didn't get to go because of things going on with the pandemic and all that stuff at the time. I was not able to go to Shang-Chi or Black Widow at the theater, but I know I'm dumb enough to have gone. Just since I had to watch them, on home video. But for the most part, I know I'm an idiot because I saw Eternals at the theater and I saw Wakanda Forever at the theater. So I'm an idiot. I've seen them all, every one of them. And the other two, if conditions hadn't been the way they were, I would have seen the other two. So, but for the first time, I'm making a conscious decision to not go to the theater, and that is The Marvels. And for no malice, it's just that I have no bloody interest in it at all. Ravenscroft, you meant the new gun? Oh, you talking about the new Superman thing, Ravenscroft? The Marvels will bomb so hard, Nolan could have used it as a special effect in Oppenheimer. I like it. Good one. Yeah, you talking about Superman Legacy there, Ravenscroft? Because that I'm being fairly wait and see on. Lester San Jose says, I made the mistake of watching the Eternals, even if I had the Regal Pass at the time. Yeah, I mean, you can never get the time back. Well, Thor Love and Blunder is a horrible movie. This could not be reached. Says he has no faith in James Gunn. I can't say I blame you. And now he's making all these announcements. Why is he putting all these other superheroes in what's supposed to be the beginning of a Superman, series of movies? I don't care. And if they're just small appearances, then why do we know about them at all? I mean, the movie's freaking 2 years away. I don't know. So I look, you got me. But all I can tell you for sure is I don't know what's after. I don't know what. Does anyone know what movie is Marvel's got after the Marvels? What's next? They seem to have all these plans. I don't know. Oh yeah, that's right. I know what it is. It's Captain America, and they're calling it Brave New World or some kind of horse hockey like that, right? I don't think I'll be going to see that either. I've had it. I don't know. It's gonna be tough to stay away from that. Could I be reached says, now I've heard, cannot confirm. Now I've heard, but cannot confirm. But a plot leak cites Superman Legacy as having the same story as the recent Black Adam movie. How could that be? I'm not sure how that could happen. I'm willing to give him some slack on Superman Legacy, but But put it to you like this: I'm not going to make any judgments till we see something tangible from it, and that's going to be a long time. I was even that way with Snyder. I hate Snyder's drivel filth, but before anything came out, all I said was that's the wrong guy for the job because he's trashing the character, and he did it because of what he did with Watchmen, and he said didn't even respect the character. But I waited after that. Then we started seeing some pictures and what the costume was going to be like, and hearing him run his mouth. And so I went after him when he gave me reason to go after him. And that's all you can do, I think. Deadpool 3. Yeah, I don't know when's that coming out, though? 2024? So, yeah, Deadpool 3 is a separate thing, and it might be good. I'm in on it. We'll see what happens. Might be good. We will see, sirs. But I'll tell you this. No, I won't even tell you that. Because how would I know that? Just because I was about to tell you something, and I realized, how would I know that something? I'm just going to tell you nothing. Nothing you don't already know. So let's just move on and talk about something you do know or you don't know. No, you probably know it all. I know you know more than me. There you go. Especially Fanty. What else is coming out? There's nothing. There's nothing going on. Since I don't do a lot of pop culture commentary, I can't think of much of anything. No comics, that's for sure. No comics. Star Trek's dead. Oh, that's right. Doctor Who is dead, but it's still the 60th anniversary. And they're coming out with these Blu-ray box sets, various doctors, various seasons for various doctors, and they're freaking damn expensive, but eventually sometimes they put some of them out relatively cheap. There's Minimus. Oh, Minimuses. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Ravencroft. That's true. Are they really doing that, though, Thunderbolts? I'm not so sure that's not going to get swept under the rug. Boy, you don't want them doing Thunderbolts. Jesus, God. They're going to have that. Oh, boy. They're going to have that dude. He's a good actor and all. The guy who played Zemo in Civil War. Then he played Zemo on stupid ass Falcon Winter Soldier, and he was so different. They tried to make him more in line with the comic book, which is fine. But I don't know, man. You don't want them touching Thunderbolts. You really don't. Bushman down says, I've started watching UFO, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and The Prisoner in place of current shows. Thanks. Oh, that's fantastic. That's what you got to do, Bush. Yeah, I mean, of course, I watch Prisoner at least once or twice, at least once a year minimum. I love it and have been since the 80s. It's the greatest. And I'm glad you're enjoying Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Like I said, I binge that every now and then when I get toward the end, because there's not enough of them, I can start getting sad. I'm like, oh man, I kind of slow it up a little bit so I could take my time. Now I got 3 episodes to go, even though I don't like that last episode, even still, and I'm like, man, there was a website somewhere. It's been a while back. I don't know where it is. That talked about some of the plans they had for the 3rd season that never happened, and the dickheads that Disney cost us that 3rd season, of course. That was right around the time that Disney was getting ready to buy them. Ezra says, Clobby, did you see those photos of the upcoming live-action Snow White show? Is it a show or a movie? No, it's a remake. Well, everyone's been talking about it. Are you kidding me? You know how everyone's talking about that. They don't need me to cover it, but I don't know. I didn't know it was a show. Was it a show or is it a movie? Looks awful. Fiona, I've heard of Odyssey 5. I've never seen it. One day you'd think there'd be an Avengers movie, wouldn't you? There's another thing. Look, even though it'd be terrible, it's funny how they haven't even bothered to try an Avengers movie yet. I mean, Minimus says, supposedly Sam Wilson, Shuri, and Shang-Chi are going to be the new leaders of Phase 8 and the Avengers. Well, you know what? Why are you wasting the name? It's a movie, yes, okay, yeah, it's a movie. Yeah, never mind. I'm not going to even get in trouble by saying it. It looks horrible. Ezra, and it's blowing up in their faces, too. It's really stupid. Let's see. Direct to theaters. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Well, looks like Garbaggio anyway. Of course. Well. What call it? Good comedy from BBC on YouTube, but for some reason not BritBox is my hero. I've heard about that one. Thank you, Fanty. I've heard about that. Minimus gave me copies once, I think. But it's not on BritBox, huh? Damn. Fiona. Oh, my, you. Oh, geez. It. Well, I tell you what. I hope as many people show up this week for Saturday Night Star Trek as they did last week, because I was surprised. I didn't think anyone would want to review Voyager. But I know that Eric K is really in loving it, and he's so glad we just started on Voyager. Isn't that right, Eric K? Hey, Eric, what if we did it like a timey-wimey thing and we reviewed it backwards? But, oh, yeah, yes, Joseph, classic Doctor Who's on BritBox. Since this is the 60th anniversary, when we get a little closer to November, I'm going to start doing all kind of Doctor Who stuff. Like I said, there's some of those box sets are cheaper on Amazon from what we're hearing. Because Doctor Who deserves some love. It's hard to believe, man. Hey, Max, what's up, buddy? I want to thank you for the super chat from the other night. I don't have it here now. I have to pull up, but thank you so much. There's only one Thaddeus Riker, the one who fought in the Civil War. Thaddeus Riker. Reviewed the shows at random, says Bush. Just pull them out from all over the place. He's season there, season here. Okay, Eric, what should the next one be? I wonder what Eric would pick. Huh? Maybe I should poll everybody. Maybe, I guess that gave me a good idea for a poll for Saturday night. Oh, Jesus. Max, that's a good perk. He says if we review Voyager backwards, we'll start with 7 and 9 and end up with Kess. Absolutely none. So, why the heck? I got to ask, because it's the kind of thing you won't have time to do on Saturday night. What is it with the Kess hate? And again, I'm not talking about the personal life stuff that came out later. Which was, sounds pretty scary, I guess. Why does everyone hate Kess so much? I'm just asking. No prejudice to the question whatsoever. I'm not saying I agree or disagree. Homeless Colombian chick, 7 dudes who once showered. Sounds like a freedom scene. Huh? Well, apparently, a few years ago, the lady that plays Tess, they showed pictures of her, Fiona, and you would not, unless they told you that was the same person, you would not have known it. She was in some kind of a big abusive, like accused of a being very abusive relationship or something, and I think got brought to jail. She was living in a very not very good environs. Let's put it like that. I don't remember. To be honest with you, I can't remember the lady's name. Oh, Jessica, or was it Jennifer Lean? But if you go look into it, you can find stuff from a few years ago. Is she doing better now? I sure hope so. But man, it looked bad. Now I don't even know, and we're going to find out. I guess I don't look at this kind of stuff that often. I don't even know what got her off the show. Think it was her haircut. Says, could I be? Did you see the first few episodes of Voyager? The actors played Kess like a deer caught in the headlights. Yeah. I hear you. Definitely lost her way. She's wow. Is she a kitty diddler? Max says, I think she does get a bad rap. She only got interesting right before she left, but really 7 and 9 made her Kess as necessary as a Ferengi mind reader. Now that I'm with you on the Kess Neelix stuff. I think Clobberin and Raquel should do Farscape. You never know. Apparently, she's been abusive to children. Again, I don't know. I didn't read all. I don't know everything about her. But that was a number of years ago. Relatively recently, maybe. I don't know. My biggest problem is some of these episodes is, man, it's not like what I was talking about earlier with Strangled New Worms. It's like they get fairly interesting and mature scripts, and then they would stick scene after scene with Neelix in it, or with Neelix and Kess in it. And I'm like, man, do we need him that bad? They really got on my nerves. And that's probably true, Fiona. Like a lot of the Kess hate comes from bleed over from Neelix. I think that's probably the truth. Yeah, I personally could have done without her. I could have done without Neelix too. But, whoa, 20. What? Why don't you say that? What is wrong with you? So, I don't know. Hey, Alaric Harrison, what's up? What is up? Good to see you. Man. So, I think Clobby, Raquel, and Mark should review the classic Doctor starting with An Earthly Child. She gave some really sublime performance in the season prior to her departure. Gotcha. Well, Ezra, Raquel has not watched any Doctor Who. I don't know if I wanted to make her start because I don't think it'd be something she would be interested in. But if she did, though, knowing what we know of her, she would have to start at the beginning. And so she would want to start at Unearthly Child if we could get the episodes to her. But you can rest assured, Doctor Who month, which is going to be November, it'll be wall to wall Doctor Who. Even on the comic shows, I'll talk about Doctor Who comics. And what was that business about bringing Kess back for that one episode? Oh, Penny. It's okay. Have a great night, my dear. Thank you for being here. Quack says, won't be around this week's Voyager review, so I will say that the only time I liked Neelix was when he called Janeway out for risking everyone's lives investigating every anomaly they find. Kes was very interesting right at the end before her initial departure, as her faculties matured. The writers did her dirty, and she was not the only one. Yeah, that's for sure. But Ezra, I would love to do some Doctor Who. Like I said, it'll be all Doctor Who, wall to wall Doctor Who in November. Doctor Who, Doctor Who, Doctor Who, Doctor Who, Doctor Who, Doctor Who, Doctor Who. Do we have any Doctor Who fans here other than Ezra? Sure hope so. It's hard to believe. Speaking of that, we're coming up on. Right now, I think this is somewhere around the month 10 years ago when Peter Capaldi was announced in the role. Exactly, Gwag. Remember how good Doctor Who was 10 years ago. Doctor Who, I love the 50th. We were so excited. So far, the 60th is nothing but garbage announcements so far. 10 years. Ten freaking years. Actors who were on Doctor Who and Blake 7. There's a good one. That's a good one. Old school Doctor Who, I love that the most. See, I can't get over it now. I'm starting to think about that. 10 years, the excitement level for Doctor Who, whether you were a fan of just the original or both, or just the new ones, was palpable. It was gigantic. Man, we just gotten the last couple of episodes of Matt Smith before leading in, and we have they just ended around now, and then we had to wait. We knew we had to wait till November to see the anniversary. Ezra Goldstein. Jinx Monsoon being cast in Doctor Who. I don't have an opinion on it, Ezra, because I'm not watching any of the new crap ever. I'm going. I'm out after because it's the anniversary. I'll watch the David Tennant, Catherine Tate things, but I don't have any interest in anything else going forward. Doctor Who. I don't trust RTD. I'm not the biggest RTD fan. I like some of the things he's done. So I don't know I got to tell you, I don't have much of an opinion on that because Doctor Who's really been dead for me for 10 years. The time of the Doctor was where the show ends for me. I love Capaldi as an actor, but I don't like his run at all. I can't name you one episode that I really, really loved. And it makes me sad. It was such a waste of a character, in my opinion. I know everyone's different. So I got to tell you, wish I had a better answer for you, Ezra, and I apologize for that. But 10 years ago, man, the excitement level was so amazing. I'll never forget around 10 years ago this time, we were seeing that we saw the big announcement show when they announced Peter Capaldi. And you had all these reaction videos on Netflix. And they were like this young girl going, "Oh my God, he's ugly." They all wanted a 20-year-old. And then, of course, the build-up. Mega Cropper, what's up? Then, of course, you have the build-up to the 50th anniversary. Which was amazing. And I'll never forget sitting there at it was they had the day of the doctor, and they had, of course, that great music. And 2 p.m. my time, and around the world, But here for me, they would have that that multicast around the world live. Well, how many of you watched it live? That one, the day of the doctor. I was just blown away. A lot of people don't like Day of the Doctor. I found that out later. I loved it. I mean, I guess I'm weird. But I did love it. Again, there were things I wish had been done differently. All that stuff with, Christopher Eccleston and having a war doctor, all those things. I mean, but I couldn't deal with. I mean, just had to deal with play the cards we had. AI show. There's two different eras of Doctor Who, 1962 to 89. And it was first, and of course, 2015, the present, 5. The present is the second. Different eras, different tastes, different fans. Well, I consider 2005 to 2014 with half of the TARDIS crew to be together. It was I think it was a continuation. The 2005 show was a continuation for me. But that's not the way they wanted to do it. They can go screw themselves in their collective arses. What's happening? What is happening to my... Oh, sorry, I was having a bit of a... Okay, sorry, I think I was having a bit of a technical kerfluffle. Yeah, there you go. I could have wrapped my... Oh, it says Max. I could have wrapped my head around a female doctor, but a manic, woke, base, unattached brain damage patient. Yeah, I've said this a few times, often, and I'll say it again. I mean, I can respect those who either A, wanted a female doctor, B, were fine with one, or C, didn't think there should be one. I'm in C category. I don't think there should have been a female doctor. I don't think there's anything wrong with the character being male. And yes, he's an alien. All based on a Tom Baker joke. Well, maybe it'll be a woman next time. I mean, it's fantasy and all that stuff. But there were plenty of female fans that think the Doctor should be a man. So it's not just men. They would rather the Doctor be a man. Shocker, I know. But what are you going to do? But I guess the thing is, that was not the big problem. Because the show, Chibnall's really a big problem. But even under Moffat, the show was getting wokey, and I didn't like the way he wrote the character. I don't like the way he wrote the Capaldi character. There's plenty of Doctor Who talk coming up for that, though, so we'll get there. Most women hate the woke crap, but Hollywood doesn't listen. They think they're saving the world. That's for sure. I remember not liking the doctor going blonde. The doctor going blonde with Peter Davison took over, but he grew on me. Yeah. See, those were some times right there because, as when I became a Doctor Who fan, 41 years ago now, in 1982. Tom Baker, of course, was my doctor, and he was about to regenerate. And of course, I was all read up to speed among all the other doctors and all this other kind of stuff. And I thought it was intriguing. I mean, it was just fascinating. I got to see all the episodes. I thought it was just so cool that we're gonna get to see another doctor. And I love the fact that each new one contrasts the previous one. I mean, you wouldn't want someone to take over for Tom Baker of all people and try to be like Tom Baker. This is not going to happen. He's a powerhouse. It's a lightning rod. The thing is, Chin Balls was a showrunner of Broadchurch. Jodie Whittaker's character was the mother of murders. Yeah, of course. That was the first episode. She was good. Well, yeah, I've heard that a lot, but I love it. I've heard that for sure. Took Matt Smith over a year to grow on me. Didn't think the doctor should have a Doogie Howsey forehead. He took me about 10 minutes, maybe 5, because I fell in love with that episode. 11th Hour, Matt Smith's first episode, was brilliant. I loved it, and he was perfect in it for me. Lark Harrison, what Ray Harryhausen movie did Tom Baker co-star in? That would be Sinbad. It'd be Golden Voyage of Sinbad, wouldn't it? I think it was Golden Voyage or was it Seventh Voyage? And one of the two. One of those. So I could be wrong. I'm always no. So Fiona, I actually loved this first episode so much. It's one of my favorite episodes of all time of Doctor Who, the 11th Hour, that Matt Smith got me immediately. And I love his performance. I think his performance overall as the Doctor is better than his actually story count as far as great stories. For example, I love Dave Tennant. David Tennant's fine. I think Dave Tennant probably had more great stories, but Matt Smith, even in subpar episodes, I loved him. I thought he was just because he was this guy, because he was so young, he had to sell you that this was a 2,000-year-old Time Lord in there. I just thought he did it brilliantly. Nobody ever did it better than Tom Baker. I'm just saying, I love Matt Smith. Turing Machine says Matt Smith and Capaldi are the only two doctors he knows. Okay, well, there you go. I love Smith. Golden Voyage, okay, cool. Yeah, I loved him, but I hear you. Where are we at? So I think I did that list where I did the greatest Doctor intro episodes, the greatest Doctor Who intro episodes, and 11th Hour is always my favorite of those. Cardinal Sin, what's up, Gil? What you say there, Kimasabi? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. So, anyway, there'll be plenty of Doctor Who talk to come, though. Fiona says, of the new ones, I absolutely love Eccleston. He could have done it for 10 years. He could have. He kept me riveted. It took Tennant a long time to win me over. Oh, okay, there you go. I hear you. I do love Robot. Well, I love Robot Max, but And that's, I mean, I know I had it top. I know I had it up there. It's in, oh man. I have them basically as far as intro stories are concerned. I'll probably do a more of a special show on this. But at number 12, I had The Enemy Within. That's the stupid Fox movie with Paul McGann. 11, Have Deep Breath. That's Capaldi. 10, Power of the Daleks. Patrick Troughton, whom I love, but that episode was incomplete and they had to animate the rest of it. 9, An Unearthly Child. Sorry, William Hartnell, I love you. But 8, The Twin Dilemma. With, of course, Colin Baker. 7, Time in the Ronnie, Sylvester McCoy. 6, Rose, Christopher Eccleston. 5, Robot, Tom Baker. Number 5, sorry, dude. 4, The Spearhead from Space, John Pertwee. 3, The Christmas Invasion, David Tennant. 2, Castrovalva, Peter Davison. And number 1, The 11th Hour, Matt Smith. Those are the intro episodes. Howdy, Sullivan, this is an imbecile. That was from Revenge of the Cybermen. But I do love Robot, especially Robot. Let's just be honest about something. Those opening scenes with when we're getting the first couple episodes, getting to know Tom Baker, Doctor, are gold. The story, see, there's the thing about that. It's introducing you to a new Doctor. That's great. But I went with my criteria is how good. Is there also a good story? There's a good story to Rose. And a flawed but decent one, The Time in the Rami, and even some of these other ones. But Robot is a fairly solid story, but it's carried by Baker being brilliant. Then Spearhead from Space is a good story. I mean, it's actually not just an introductory episode, but a good story. So was Christmas Invasion. Really, a brilliant story. And even, in fact, we don't have the Doctor for more than half of that episode. Castrovalva is a crazy but fun story. And 11th Hour is a brilliant story, I think, like a fairy tale. It's just, it's stuff. Usually all introductory stories. The Twin Dilemma, that was Colin Baker. I'm one of the few that doesn't hate the Twin Dilemma like a lot of people. Castrovalva was Peter Davison's first one. And I gotta say, I don't hate the Twin Dilemma like a lot of people do, but a lot of people really hate that episode. That's going to be a funny topic I plan to do. Doctor Who hates, not loves, or maybe loves and hates episodes that. What are your unpopular opinions on Doctor Who? Because I can't tell you how many times. Let me see here. Where I'll be reading on one of the British Doctor Who, whether it's a message board, whether it's I don't know, like a magazine, wherever, where people will just commonly mention an episode that they hate. Like it's just common knowledge that this is a horrible episode. Whatever they may, and I would go, and I always go, well, I actually like that one. Wait a minute, I was supposed to hate that one. I didn't get that memo. So, there's some episodes I love that everyone hates. I'm like, man, I'm embarrassed. Everyone says this one's bad. I kind of liked it. And of course, vice versa, I guess. There are a few that are very well liked that I hate. So it's fair enough. It's a fair couple. Because Eccleston was so different from Tom Baker, he was able to make his own way. Plus, we've had none for a while. All the others were some version of Baker. You can't compete with the GOAT. Yeah. I think they do enough to differentiate. The thing is, hey, Larry, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, my friend. I think the thing is, each of them bring something special to the character. Now, for example, when William Hartnell left it, Patrick Troughton had nothing to work with. When you think about how crazy that is, that they bring him in and say, okay, and the show had been around 3 years, so he had to know a little bit about it. say, you need to be the doctor. You're the same person. He had to be asking himself, I don't look like this guy. I look nothing like the doctor. Just play any way you want. And they haven't played him a different way, obviously, more to his strengths. There's a scene in that really wonderful movie that was about the history of the William Hartnell. I'm forgetting the name of that movie now. One where Ed Bradley or whatever, something Bradley something. The guy from Harry Potter played the first Doctor. What's the name of that thing? He played William Hartnell, rather. Where he says something about so they picked the right man. I told him who the best man for the job was, and then the guy who was replacing him, the actor playing Patrick Troughton, said, couldn't they get him? And of course, he didn't look at anything like Patrick Troughton. Patrick Troughton had to pretty much go in after a guy and then he had to be himself, and he created he was nothing like William Hartnell. So he did his own thing, and after that, Pertwee, what's Pertwee going to do? He looks nothing like Patrick Troughton, so he didn't do anything Patrick Troughton did, but he did have some of the same fun-loving characteristics. David Bradley, thank you. Adventure in Space and Time, thank you. I like that. That was really good. But Pertwee do you see any Troughton in him? There's not much, but he is a bit more of a fun-loving character with a sense of humor. And then Tom Baker comes along. He's not going to act like Pertwee. Every time it was contrasting. After that, there's no choice but to get a guy that's a little bit different from Baker. Then every time they got a different one. And I think they all bring their own things to the role. I don't think they're all doing exactly what Tom. Ezra says, why do you like the Twin Dilemma? You can put me on the spot, huh, Ez? Why do you like the Twin Dilemma? I don't know. Maybe because everyone else hates it. I think it's goofy, but I can tell you exactly why I like it. I love Colin Baker's crazy, over-the-top performance in it, that he was going bananas. He was bonkers in the episode, going nuts, tries to kill Perry and all this stuff. They were going for a more hard-edged doctor. They got it. They went over. They tried it again later with Capaldi, and it didn't work. I do believe that the costuming or the outfit was a little bit too much. Not for that episode. For that episode, it worked. Then they should have toned down his look a little bit, which Colin Baker hated his outfit. He wanted them to tone it down a little bit as the show went on. See, that episode was tacked on to the end of Twin Dilemma was tacked on to the end of Peter Davison's season. When he started his own series, they changed the time format a little bit, and he was, of course, that was Attack of the Cybermen. That's right. Hey, Bubba Doom 1. Good to see you, my friend. That's right, Cardinal Census. Oh, so you're my replacements. A dandy and a clown. Great stuff. So, I just liked it because it was kind of crazy. I thought it was off the wall. I thought Colin Baker's performance was a lot of fun in that episode. Ezra, so yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I even like Time and the Ronnie. Everyone hates that episode. I liked it. And McCoy really didn't get any good writing till later, but I thought in that one he had a pretty good start. I didn't know I was supposed to hate it. Caves of Androzani is probably my all-time favorite episode there, Joseph Dredd. I love it. Lytton, yeah. Boy, that's a shame. Lytton was a great. So, yeah. I just have to face the fact that Doctor Who's never coming back for me. If you're going to hold out hope for it, hey, go for it, I say. I've cut loose. I'll celebrate what went before and mourn what we lost and just move on from there. For me, the entity known as the Doctor died at the end of Time and the Doctor. Some other being some almost similar origin to Alan Moore's Swamp Thing origin of the anatomy lesson. Took over the doctor and went out and thought he was, or at least pretended to be the doctor. He may have actually thought it was the doctor, but the entity known as the Doctor either went somewhere else or rests in peace. Maybe on Trenzalore. Because at the end of Day of the Doctor, Stephen Moffat lied to us. He gave us this big new purpose. At the end, remember, he's walking through there and when he said, Clara asked me if I dream. Of course I dream. Everybody dreams. And what do I dream of? Basically, it showed he walks out there with that shot of him and all the other doctors, dreams of going home. Because remember, just a little bit earlier, he was talking to his Tom Baker self. Who knows? Basically, that's what I meant to do. Go find Gallifrey. Well, if I were you, or perhaps I was you, or perhaps not. Perhaps it doesn't even matter. But my point is, I thought we were going to have him go look for Gallifrey. Yeah. Fiona, yep. Yep. He totally scrapped it. He just, even though he put the eyes of Peter Capaldi in the Day of the Doctor when all 12 of them, no sir, all 13. Yeah, well, so much for that, right? So much for that. But still, 60, I mean, look, 50 years isn't bad. Past 10 years have been putrid. What a joke. 10 years of, just absolute blight. And I'm not going to get my hopes up for that Peter, that David Tennant thing. David Tennant's an idiot. He keeps saying stupid stuff in real life. Well, they all do that. But, yeah. Alaric Harrison says, I've only watched the Tom Baker and some of the David Tennant Doctor Who, so I have plenty of Doctor Who still to watch for the first time. Oh, that's great. Yeah, look, if you've watched any piece of it at some point and you've gotten some enjoyment out of it enough to want to watch more, you've got a lot of big treats ahead of you. Yep. A lot of big stuff ahead of you there. Maddie's daddy says, when did I discover Doctor Who? Back in either 80 or 81, somewhere around that time, I was buying Starlog magazine quite a bit, 1979, 80, up in there. And I bought one of their Starlog books as well. I was buying the magazine, and I bought the book. It was called Science Fiction Superheroes or something along those lines, Science Fiction Heroes, whatever it is. And it was a write-up on some weird-looking dude with the scarf and everything, called on a British show called Doctor Who that I'd never heard of before. And once in a while, I'd see a mention of it here and there in Starlog, but I knew very little about it. Then I bought one of the Starlog episode guides and read about the episodes, and I was fascinated by it, but hadn't got to see it yet. And then, some 41 years ago, I was messing around. I was living out in Denham Springs. You know where that is? Maddie's daddy. And I started messing around with my antenna, and I started picking up some fairly blurry images of what I knew to be Doctor Who, because I've been seeing some, I've been hearing about it, and I watched part of a classic episode called Genesis of the Daleks. And I wanted to watch more. It was tough to keep a good picture of it, but I found out that just a couple of weeks later, we were going to be getting the show here, which we did in syndication. Well, not syndication. Well, sort of syndication. It was packaged on the LPB, a channel I know you're very familiar with, Steve. So yeah, and they started showing it, and the PBS affiliates around the country started showing it. When we started carrying all this at our comic shop, we started carrying Southland Comics, started carrying all the memorabilia for it and everything, and that was that. Fell in love with the show, started getting all the Target books that were written from episodes. Fell in love with it. Saddest fact is that for the majority of its tenure, Doctor Who has been the victim of its intellectual owner, BBC, big time victim. From Michael Grade to the Shibby Idiot and a few other ones. David Tennant married the woman who played his daughter, who was Peter Davison's daughter. That's right. Even Maury Povich couldn't count. The father is. That's true, he did. When I was a little kid, I didn't know what channel Star Trek was on. I just knew about what time. I did know it if I was flipping channels. If Doctor Who was on, it meant I missed Star Trek. Dang it. Cardi says all we had to watch Doctor Who on back then was yes, PBS. That's right. At least it didn't have commercials, and it didn't break it up for commercials. Met him once, and he talked only about non-Who stuff. Absolutely great fella. Smilex, to whom you do refer? Nice. Let's see. I used to collect all those Target Doctor Who books. Terrence Dix, Robert Holmes. Awesome. Yep. Robert Holmes is probably the greatest Doctor Who writer, in my opinion. Oh, Paul McGann, I got you. Thank you, Smilex. You know, I hated the Paul McGann Fox pilot, but I've liked some of his Big Finish things, and I like that Night of the Doctor. Great actor. Wasn't his fault, that pilot. And I would love him to have had a good chance. We knew Rose was leaving. Not having Sophia Myles become the companion after Girl in the Fireplace was the first huge failure of the series. Yes, she's a real sweetheart on Twitter. I see her on there sometimes. She just likes Doctor Who, and she's very nice to people. Yeah. Well, PBS introduced me to Monty Python, Doctor Who, Hitchhiker, yeah, Larry. Me too. This is the story of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The most controversial book since Ulan Kadluthi's trilogy of philosophical blockbusters. Never mind. I love it. Yeah. So, anyway, it got me started. Doctor Who led to Blake 7 for a lot of us. I think in one of those books I was talking about, that's how I first discovered The Prisoner as well. Didn't get to see it till later. It also made the rounds on CBS, but also some PBS affiliates. Cardi has, wow, that's greatness. Autographs of John Pertwee, Tom Baker, and David Tennant. Excellent. I first watched Doctor Who on the provincial channel in Ontario. Canada called it TVO. Gotcha. Excellent, Ezra. Excellent. Even better. So, yeah, I miss it. But at least we'll say good. Well, I'll give it a proper send off before the year's over. A lot of 60th. Apparently, a lot of things, were big in 1963, including 1963. It was a big year. '83 as well. Yeah. That's 40 years. Wow. Man, oh man, oh man. Some stuff happened. Some stuff and some things happened. What a year. Let's see here. Up in you. She was absolutely amazing in that episode. She's messaged me a few times. Okay. She's very sweet indeed. She even played a convincing agent in Spooks. Okay. Well, she is a cutie. Seeing the Babelfish diagram and explained made me laugh hard. Love them. At least they're putting out new physical media remasters of all those great old Doctor seasons. Yes, they are. Like I said, I can't really afford them. I have a few. I'm always waiting for the prices to go down. Once in a while, they'll dip low enough, and someone will tell me about them. So it'll be a while before I get them all, but I have a few here in the scattered ones. And I told that some of the, like I said, you never know. You just got to check Amazon, I guess. So who knows? Who knows? I need to try to. I'd love to get the rest of the Tom Baker ones. Vogon poetry is still entertaining, still more entertaining than Secret Invasion. Yes, of course it is. I would rather have Vogon poetry read to me by Prostetnik Vogon Jeltz of the Intergalactic Hyperspace Planning Commission than watch any more of Secret Invasion. Right there with you, Smilex. I know you didn't say that, but I was saying it for you. Don't forget the 25th anniversary special, the 5. I love it. Well, it was the 20th anniversary. It was from 1983. It was the 20th, and it was wonderful. I remember recording that the night when they first aired that in '83, and watching it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. The 25th anniversary was Remembrance of the Daleks with Sylvester McCoy, which was also a great episode. I love that episode. They never found who the pirate Max Headroom was. Let's see. They never found who the pirate Max Headroom was on Max Redstone. Oh, you talked to Max Redstone. Okay. Max Redstone. Max Headstone. Right. Max Headroom. Oh, wow. In Chicago, I watched Doctor Who from WTTW PBS. On Sunday, November 22nd, 1987, a broadcast of Hard Fang Rock when interrupted for 90 seconds by the pirate Max Headroom. Oh, I remember a lot of people back then. A lot of people were getting interrupted by the Max Headroom, and they never found out who the pirate Max Headroom was. Anyone ever remember that? Tell you what, one night when they showed that on the news, I was creepy, man. It was creeping me out. I'm like, whoa. Imagine you sitting there late at night watching something, and that bozo comes on with his stupid Max Headroom mask. I saw footage. It didn't happen to me while I was watching something, but it's on the news. They showed it. Almost like that scene in Used Cars, one of the greatest movies ever made, when it interrupted the president's broadcast. That car's too fucking high. Great stuff. Whoa. Weird. That is some strength. That is wild, weird stuff. Let's see. Yep, you remember it then, huh? Yeah. Uh-oh, Max, was it you? To no ethical thing they didn't. So many theories. The most likely one is that a satellite truck bounced the signal off the broadcast antennae atop the John Hancock building. You'd have been very young then. I guess we can't blame it on you, Max. The War Doctor. Yeah, it's probably maybe it was the War Doctor, Larry. Well. All righty then. Anybody else? Anything? Any questions or anything like before we get out of there? If anyone has a question or something like that, since it is Wildcard Wednesday night, we've just been going all over the place, talking a little bit of Doctor Who and here and there, and talked some Trek. I yelled about Star Trek too much earlier. Fake Star Trek. And I yelled about Secret Invasion already. Yelled about nothing in particular. Not yelled, but. So if anyone has. What's up, the AI show? Hey there. Any questions? If not, no biggie. We can get out of here. Been here for a couple hours. It's no problemo. Well, yeah. I'm probably no good at answering the questions anyway. Knowing me. How do you mean there, Bush? Have you decided on the Clubhouse format? Yeah, it's pretty much been that way for 80-something episodes. We haven't changed too much. I think we're just going to keep it where we'll review a couple of things and then just keep it light. It's always going to be a bit loose. Come sweet slumber, shroud me in the purple cloak. Even rhymes. What would you do to fix some MCU? I would fire everybody involved in it right now and hire my own people. And, I would fire all the quote unquote writers and actually most of the actors too. Fire them all. But I tell you what, I need a hell of a budget. And then I would only make one movie a year for a while, maybe two, probably just one. They need to cut back on their output too. And the next movie that will need to be made, obviously by me, because I have all the power and they have none, I need to do the Fantastic Four. We need to start everything on the right foot. And the first thing I would do is I would make it a period piece. But that doesn't mean I would be erasing the other movies, just the ones that are trash. Of course. Since they're the ones that mucked it up with all their multi-universe crap. Larry says, Clobby, please think about reviewing Journey to the Far Side of the Sun. Yes, there's the thing. Once we get done with Tales of Tomorrow, we're gonna mix it up a little bit. We might do like Twilight Zone episode, and sometimes just a science fiction movie. And if Raquel has not reviewed that one already, Larry, maybe she hasn't. We'll do that one for sure. I had a buddy of mine who was visiting with me in town the other day, telling me I should review that one. So you're not the only one, Larry. After UFO, we're still not sure that it might be Blake 7 or might be The Prisoner, then Blake 7. Let's see. Clobby, have there been any further rumors about the cast of the upcoming Fantastic Four movie, says Cardinalson? Gil, not to my knowledge. You hear people talk all the time, and they'll say, what do you think about so-and-so? And I say, what, did someone talk about that? Oh, I'll just think of, So I haven't heard anything yet. Not even a rumor. I think the latest I heard is a rumor. Oh, who was that? No. Shit, I can't even remember what it was now. I don't even know the last time I heard a rumor on that. Or maybe I'm drawing a blank on it, Cardi. I'm sorry. Nothing I can think of, though. Thank you for the question. But yes, it'll be probably either The Prisoner or Blake 7. Smilex. You think the BBC should remake lost missing episodes of Doctor Who? No. I don't think they should remake anything ever because it would ruin them. If there was a way to do better animation and animate those with using those voice things, I would be in favor for that. I know everyone doesn't like animation, but either that or leave them alone. Don't touch them with remakes. Using AI. I take the story in a direction that tells us that the Fantastic Four existed in the 60s because their origin does not work as well in later time periods. And then if you want to displace them into a future where they've been around for a while, if you must, fine. I really don't even think they should. I think the FF should be in the 60s. And then maybe you could displace them later. That's where I would start as the Fantastic Four. I would also, the blip don't happen. The blip ain't going to happen. I would totally ditch the blip. The blip is one of the stupidest things ever done in any movies, ever. At this point, I get the script for the Fantastic Four perfect, then get that out there. It could work as a stepping stone to different titles. Juxtapose, hey there. They did mention a new actor for the thing. I've not heard that. So who would that be? Agreed, Fiona. They need unknowns. Alart says, so does everyone think there is no hope for that Disney, or no hope that Disney can make a good Star Wars or Marvel movie as long as Iger and KK are in charge? I don't know about everyone, but I don't think that you could count me in that. With those in there, they can't make anything good. They're garbage. Everything they touch is trash and destroyed. So, in my personal opinion, no, they're not capable of doing anything ever good again. Never have, actually. Recently, there was a whole crop of lost Doctor Who episodes that were found and brought back to the BBC for them to restore, and I hope they do. Blake 7 theme tune isn't as jazzy as UFOs. No, it's more melodramatic. Dudley Simpson. Yeah. Well, we might do The Prisoner first. We'll see. We'll make the decision before we get done with UFO. I promise you that. Obviously. John Bennett played General Finch in The Invasion of the Dinosaurs. He played the Lieutenant Hishin. Played Lishin Chang. Yes, he was in The Talons of Wing Chang. Probably a few good films into 2030 overall, and will take several years, assuming the right people are in charge to fix things. Yes. Well. My goodness. Well, my friends, I thank you so much for being here with me. I'm just so honored to have you here. Anyone who might be lurking or listening on a download, thank you so much. You guys are the best. Thanks for hanging out with me. I know I didn't do anything, and I'm sorry I just chattered and didn't say anything in particular. But I was hanging out with you guys, and that's what's fun. Gonna do maybe next week do a member stream if I can clear that night. So probably do that. But in the meantime, it'll probably be a Tuesday. So in the meantime, I just thank you all for hanging out with me. Appreciate you so much. Thank you, Smilex. Thank you, Ezra. Let's see here. I'll do some show notes and then some shout outs, and we will get out here. Of course, the clubhouse is in session tomorrow. But first, before that, I should be hanging with Nick. Well, Nick's there too. The great Tom Connors and Midnight's Edge After Dark, as I always am, on Tuesdays and Thursday nights, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time with that great gang. And then the clubhouse is in session, 9 p.m. Central as always. My wonderful First Officer Commander R.M. Briggs and the great chief engineer himself, Mark D with a C. Then a special J-Man presentation on Friday night. I believe it's 6 p.m. Central, maybe 7 Eastern. Not 100% sure, but I think so. Batman 66, the reason I exist, the reason why my geekness exists. A whole bunch of us are going to have a panel, a stream, kind of a kickback stream, and we're going to name our favorite things, list our favorite from characters to episodes and all those other things of Batman 66, and I love it. Then after that, I'm going to scoot straight over to the Friday Night Comic Shop Talk guys and hang out with those young, fantastic young fellers to review 4 more issues of the Steve Ditko Spider-Man run. And, of course, the great D. Bud Martin, I believe, will be there with us. And then it's on to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, Saturday night Star Trek. Same Trek time, same Clobby channel. Now, of course, getting underway, our newest leg of our voyage, a mission, reviewing all of Star Trek Voyager, starting with 4 episodes this week. Looking forward to it. A great time reviewing the pilot of Voyager last week. All of you were fantastic. And so looking forward to this. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then Sunday night, the Sunday night geekery is here. The great Mark D with the C's channel, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, I will be hanging out with my buddy, the chief engineer. And if you got nothing going on a Sunday night late, you want to, end your week with a nice, relaxing fun with some geeks, please come and see us. And then Monday, I'll be back at Jay's, 6 p.m. Of course, we'll do some reviewing of Legion of Superheroes comics as we're reviewing the whole thing, Silver through Bronze, all their chronological appearances. And more comics talk. Needless to say, more comic stuff. Crease, 1984. Hey there. Good to see you. So now I'll shout our wrenches out, and then we'll shout everyone out and get out of here. The great Eric K., the Bronze Wrencher. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for all you do. Where's Persia Vindicated Wrench from the Great White North? D-Bod Martin, the Wrench of Iron. Hey, buddy. Lord Thoth and Lady Thoth. Avon lives long, live the Legion, the god and goddesses of wrenchers. My partner in crime on earth, B. He is, of course, also a fellow Legionnaire reviewer extraordinaire, and he is the Wrench Without Fears, J-Man. Hungry Boy, master of the Claboni comics artist, Supreme, and the Supreme Super Wrench, Kal-El. Maddie Steady, Rio de los Rich Mjolnir for in Vegas. That fancy outsider, that old rascally wrench. And music, our own music meister, Maximum Redstone. And let's see, who else was here with us tonight? The great Larry. Good to see you there. Could not be reached for further comment. Thank you for being here. And by the way, that's his art that you got to look at right there. Look what an extraordinary artist he is. Amazing stuff, my friend. Great work. Fiona, the lovely Fiona, thank you for being here. Good to see you. Always a pleasure. Alaric Harrison, Bubba Doom 1, good to see you, buddy. Cardinal Sin, Mac, Cardinal Sin, dude, Gil, good to see you, man. I hope you're doing well tonight, buddy. Jonah Hex, Crease 1984, Smilex, great, always great to see you, Smilex. Ezra Goldsbeam, Shalom. Juxtapose. Takes me a second to get to people I haven't shouted out yet, folks. So I'm like, Bush Pan Down. The AI Show. I have to get to the other people. Yep. Joseph Dredd. Here comes the judge. While I'm at that, anyone who listened on a download or rewatch, thank you so much. Cannot tell you how much you mean to us. We really appreciate you. And of course, if you're listening, lurking out there, thank you. Cannot tell you much. I mean, enough how we appreciate it. I appreciate it. Done, Ranger Power, buddy. Good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. I know there's more. I know there's more. I know, no, there's more. I know there's more. I know there is more. You're not fooling me, There's going to be more. I'm going to find it, too. Dad Man and the Dad Man clan. See? I knew there was more. Who is the tall, dark stranger there? Maverick is the name. Mega Cropper, yes. Riding the trail to who knows where. Luck is his companion. Gambling is his game. Touring machine. All right. I'm sorry, no more singing. I'm sorry. Dumb habit. All right. Mega. Oh, I said Mega Cropper. Hello again, Mega Cropper. All right then. Penny was here. That's right. See, you don't know till you scroll all the way back. Lovely Penny. Yes, that is about it. There's probably no one else. And every time I say that, the great Retro Blasting was here earlier. My fantastic friends, Michael, shout out to you, brother. You know, my memory is garbage, so that's why I go all the way back. Bop. All right. Mr. Angel. Claude Parrish, the minimus one. Claude Solling was here as well. Ravencroft was here. Yes, of course. My memory is Garbaggio. You know that. Lester San Jose. Dave C. All right. Wanted to get those in there. You know, you don't like to miss anybody. You end up missing somebody no matter what. Well, Sean Carter was there. See, there you go. Look. Just when you think, I got them all. That's why you never know if you got them all. So you don't got some all there, duder. You don't got some all, son. I'm going to go out on a limb now, though, and say that I definitely, 100%, no doubt in my mind, don't have them all. Don't have them all. But you all think I do, probably. Do I now, though? Well, man. All right. So everyone, again, all seriousness, just want to be sure. It looks like I've got them all. Almost to the end. That is. I just don't want to. I don't want to miss anybody. I don't want to miss anybody. Pat S was here. See. C for Catwoman. Now that I said that, see, there's going to be someone else. See, I'm going to be someone else. See, there's going to be someone else. See. So I'm sorry about this, folks. I just sorry for the indulgence. I mean, I understand if you don't want to stick around for it, but then someone's going to say you missed me, and I'm going to. You want me to feel? Hey, Tim Hayes was here. Hey, you want me to feel crappy, even if I didn't miss you? You want to lie and say that I did? J Man, of course, I counting him out. I called him out. If you just want to feel me, if you like being mean to me and make me feel crappy, you know what to do. Lemon Pie was here. Yeah, well, there we go. I got them all. Unless someone popped in while I was doing all that. So, sorry about all that, my friends. Thank you for all who hung out. You're the best. You mean the world to me. I just could not express how fantastic you all are. So, everyone have a wonderful start to your, well, we're getting into the weekend anyway. Just Have a great rest of your night and have a wonderful Thursday. Good night, everybody.
Get those nerds! 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 What?
It's clobbering time!
I just love clobbering time.